can see by the title, we are going to put an EF9 cluster in the Kanjo EF hatch. And before we get into the video, I just got to give a huge thank you to Tonny for sending this to me. He just randomly sent it to me. I had no clue. He just messaged me. He's like, hey, I just sent you something that you need for your car. And I did not expect this whatsoever. I was thinking maybe center caps or something because I'm missing one or just something like that. But no, it sends me an EF9 cluster. So thank you so much for that. And I will link his Instagrams below. He's with Project 88 Garage over in Norway. He has a bunch of cool projects and racetrack content and stuff on his Instagram. So go check that out for sure. So I'm pretty sure these are just plug and play. I know the spoon clusters, you have to wire in like a different speed sensor for your transmission. So I'm pretty sure these are just plug and play. Everything on the back looks like a normal EF, so I guess we'll find out. So you got to remove those two caps, and then you're going to have two little screws there, which you need a stubby screwdriver to get to. To make my life easier, you can't do this on a stock one, but you don't need to either. But you can do that. Easier to film. So underneath the bezel, you're going to have a screw on both sides. And put it in here for safekeeping. So once you remove those four screws, the bezel is loose from the dashboard, and then you just gotta pop the switches out. So the easiest way to do this is just unclip it from here. I'm gonna need two hands to do it, but push that and then pull the clip out on both sides. Do the same thing on here. So there's a clip, just push it and pull the clip out, and that'll release this from the dashboard. I kind of forgot about how the dimmer switch is set up. So the dimmer switch has another clip on it, and it's back here. So you can either push a clip on the same side like this, or this one's kind of easier to just push out from the back and then just unclip it right there. The other two are kind of too short to do this with. So you can do this next part in either order. You gotta take these four screws out, or take the clips out first. I'm just going to do the clips first because it's going to be easier to finagle trying to do it with one hand. And then for the speed sensor cable, you just pull that plastic bit off. You just squeeze the little arm, and then once you pull the four screws off, then you can kind of separate that. It doesn't really pull back too far because it's a stiff cable. And then now this will just pull right off from the cable. And there you have it. So while I have both the clusters on the bench, I'll show you the differences between them. So obviously this is the Civic Si USDM one, obviously miles per hour. This is the EF9 one, it has kilometers per hour. And then the reason why he said I needed the cluster, something I need, is because of the RPM gauge. So the USDM one only revved to 8,000 RPM because it came with a D15. And JDM models came with the EF9 model and a couple other ones. They had the B16 in it, which revved higher. So this has a 9,500 RPM. And the JDM cluster has orange needles. Almost forgot to mention that. And for anyone that doesn't know or is new to the channel, my Civic has a JDM B16 in it out of a EG6. So the red line on this from the factory is 8,400 RPM, and whenever I'm driving my car, I'm just pegged past 8,000 when I'm driving it hard, you know. So this will help a little bit better to gauge my RPMs, and with future plans for the car, I will be having this be able to rev to 9,000 RPM. So stuff, you know, foreshadowing to some modifications that I'm going to do, but yeah. And I'm really hoping this all works, especially because he went through all the trouble in sending it to me. The only thing that I saw wrong with it was this, one of the little gauge cluster lights is kind of falling out, and the plastic around there is broken. Not a big deal. I don't really care, especially because I barely ever drive the car at night. But I also hear something kind of shaking in there. So it might just be the piece of plastic that broke off there, but we'll see. I just noticed the screws are missing off the top. So I'm gonna take the screws off. Not my cluster because I want to keep this, but I have a couple spare ones. I'm gonna take the screws and put them in here. This is one of my spare clusters. Someone rolled the miles back on it, so I'm just gonna take the screws out of this one. And just a quick tip, when you swap clusters in a vehicle for whatever reason, what I like to do is this. So the cluster, when I removed it, and then the new one or whatever I replaced it with, this is the mileage there. That way I can keep track of the mileage of the car still, just for the heck of it. I mean, I'm never gonna get rid of this car, so I don't really care about the mileage, but just so I can kind of, I don't know, have the data for myself. And for the install, you really just reverse the process. The only thing different is the blue plug is in a different location, but if I come across anything else, I will let you know. And there you have it. I'm not going to put the back screws in yet because I want to make sure it works before I put those back in. But it looks like someone converted the lights behind the gauges to LEDs, so I can't dim them. That's kind of annoying, so I might switch them out with one of my other clusters. But let's see if the RPM works. And I don't know what that little brake light thing is on because my brake's not up, but who knows. I also had no idea what the oil pressure light and check engine light are on because they were not on with the stock cluster, so that's weird, but I will take it out for a drive and see how everything else functions. Alright, I'm gonna let it warm up and we'll go for a drive. Okay, so check this out. No light, e-brake, check engine light. What the heck? I have no idea what's going on with that, but that's funny. Oh my goodness, now watch this. This is even more funny. Oil light comes on when I open the door. So the little lights right here must be wired different, or I have no idea. That's hilarious though. I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm not sure. I've never put an EF9 cluster in a USDM car. temp gauge started going up now, so I'm gonna start going down the road. So that brake light went out too now. So I don't know what that was for. Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Got some vtec rips in there. Super stoked about the cluster, and thank you so much again, Tonny. I can't thank you enough for the gift. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, I appreciate a like. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the builds, the projects, and follow my Instagram, Kanjo_brothers, if you want to see more pictures, videos, and content on there. And if you want merchandise, stickers, t-shirts, or hoodies, hit me up on there too. And as always, thanks for watching.